Hello there. We're back for the last time with Arcane because it has finished now. It's done. This is the end.
This is the end.
Act 3 came out. We don't know how we feel. We already discussed that without recording. So I don't know why we're here actually, but we're back.
We're
Anyway.
here because we like talking about it. Doesn't matter if we've already talked a little bit about it, you know?
True. That is true. Okay, fine. So that's why we're here. And we have our usual team, which is Ian.
Hi.
And also Thomas.
What's up?
And me, Lily K. See, I didn't forget about myself this time.
Woo.
Anyway, we're back. And we're just going to get right into it. First, without spoilers, we're going to share our thoughts on the last 3 episodes. And then we're going to get into the spoilers. So you are now safe. You're not safe. We're going to talk about it without spoilers. What did you think?
I really liked it. I really liked episode 7 and how it showed an alternate reality and also
Yes.
what Jayce was doing. And then from episode 8 and 9, I just liked it was a progression. In episode 9, that one fight scene was fucking sick. And yeah, I don't really have much negative to say about it. I was along for the right time and I really liked it.
I really liked it too. However, I do feel like it's a slightly dip in quality compared to the last 3 episodes in Act 2. Because Act 2 I loved so much. And I have a little nagging thing where I feel like the last 2 episodes were a little bit, it felt like it needed another half an hour. It felt like it needed another half an hour to explain some stuff or maybe live with some of the decisions that our peeps made at the end. But overall, I still really enjoyed it. It's a really, really good show, and you can't really ask for 2 better seasons of a self-contained show.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm like, yeah. I really liked it. It was very good. Act 2 is just so good that I'm not surprised that it didn't get up to there. But it was still awesome without any questions. But yeah, I think that's where it's at. It's like it needed a bit more time, which is like a usual problem with TV shows lately. And they just need like just a tiny bit more time for it to feel not so rushed. I don't think this was rushed in a way where it was like bad or anything like that. But it felt a bit like we got to the end a bit too quickly, I guess. That's where I try to get to. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about spoilers. Yay!
Spoilers. What is going on, Lily?
What's going on? What's happening? What's that?
I think I put this Jinx hoodie on, which is a snuggie. I really like it. It has a huge pocket, by the way. I love it. It's very warm, so I'm sweating under it. And the crazy came out in double the measurement that it usually comes out in.
Couldn't tell.
No, everything seems great.
Thank you. So we transition, then we're talking about spoilers regarding the last 3 episodes of Arcane Season 2. And once again, we're going to go by characters. And I purposefully going to leave, I think, the savior of all to the end. So don't nag me about that. I'm going to talk about him at the very end. So we're gonna start with Mel. Because I feel like we need to talk about Mel because she's back and she's badass. We already knew that, but we need to discuss it because damn.
Turns out she's basically just like a magic god or some shit because she got the gold lines and stuff now. I'm curious to know more like whilst we do get to know a lot about like her new powers and her relationship with Mbessa and all that sort of stuff, there's more there, and I want to know more about it. Not that it detracted anything from this story, because I think for this story it did really well. Also, she killed Maddie, which is great because also side note, Maddie is a spying bitch.
Fuck
And
And
you,
he's a
Maddie.
loser. Fuck
she's a
you.
loser. And she deserved it.
Yes.
I still don't know like what her end goal is now because like yeah, there's a lot of questions around her still, but we kind of expected that even last week that there was going to be a lot of questions around her.
I think we can safely say that she's definitely going to be one of the characters who will most definitely come back in the next whatever series or movie or whatever they're going to make, because her story is not finished. It just started. So
She
I'm
just
like,
finished her origin.
yes, yeah, basically. But those gold lines and how they designed it to be on her body, fucking art. It's so beautiful. I was like, more, please. This is so nice. It's just everything looks like so good. And she's a badass. She's a badass. That's my opinion on her. Like she has these powers. She still decided to be on the good side and go against her mother in the end. So she's cool. She's cool. We like Mel. I don't know if she's
And
pregnant. I can't decide it. Like I feel like they heavily implied it in that scene that we talked about last week, and now I'm not sure.
Well, it wasn't mentioned again.
No,
It wasn't even hinted at, was it? And
no,
now
no.
baby
nothing.
daddy poofed anyway.
So I don't know. It's are they gonna do anything about that, or was it just something that they put in to distract us?
What are you doing?
I'm distracting you, you big turd blossom.
God no.
Maybe it was made to like humanize her a bit more. But Ian was right that
Yeah,
Mel was the one who saved herself and Jayce
yeah,
with her
you were
magic
right.
bracelet.
Yes! Vindication.
Vindication!
That we all kind of agreed with.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, in Act 2, we already started to be like, yeah, you're probably right. So yeah, you were right. Well done. You are
Huzzah.
in the same shoes that I was in last week.
Yeah. I'm
It's
feeling
good.
pretty smug, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay?
Feeling pretty
It
smug.
feels good, isn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like, here's one thing though, which I'm like, I don't know if I'm stupid and I didn't understand, but like, who was the deceiver? Like, I didn't understand why Mel went to save her mom, kinda, and kill the other, her sister, basically, or whatever it was. Like, am I stupid? Like, or did you understand what that was about? I was like,
I sort of saw it as like Mel didn't want to join them or her mother. And
yes,
so she used the Rose people in order to stop her mum, but she didn't want them to have their way with her mum.
Mhm.
So, because she knew she could blow up all the Rose stuff with her gold explosions, she went in there just like, hey, look, yeah, I'm not gonna let you take my mum. She's still gonna probably die, but I'm not letting you take her. And then just deceive her, just to emphasize that these people don't show their face because they're like cowards or some shit. And so that's why the identity of them didn't matter. It was just that Mel was sort of like, I guess, standing for her ideals in this moment. And that's why she went back in to save her mum and sort of prove to her a bit like, yeah, I'm gonna fight against like these shadowy organizations, I guess.
The sect of mages, isn't it? Like that's what it was implied.
I think so.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think it was just her just sort of like proving her point like that she hasn't changed and she will do things like how she thinks is right. And then that's when Ambessa is, spoilers, dying. She recognizes Mel as a wolf, I guess, in a different way.
Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. So I'm not stupid. That's the main thing.
Where was the prison? Because Mel had to walk quite a long way. I'm assuming.
Well,
Magic.
yeah.
Oh, well, all right, it's magic.
I would say it's magic.
It's just
Magic and
Yeah.
suspension of disbelief.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we,
And also the magic of like cutting away.
Magic and cutaways.
cut away.
It's like,
Oh, they're setting up cutaways.
oh, there she is.
And she's back. She's back. She's back
She's
in
back.
Piltover.
She's back. Done.
Were you also assuming that on the way that she managed to train herself how to use magic properly in like
It
a
got into her
normal way?
blood.
Yeah, but like could, she knew
But
how to use it at that point to a like a degree of mastery where she could force field people at a
I think
distance.
I think it was instinctual, even like because when she first got back and was talking with Jayce, and then
Yeah.
the evil shadow puppet, she was still just sort of like doing it on instinct
Hmm
and
Hmm.
just kind of like But then I think once she did it once, she knew the sort of the feeling, and so
Yeah.
she was just acting on that feeling. And then I think by the end, she sort of got it. So like if we see more of her, she'll probably have advanced even more. But at this point, even these episodes, it's just sort of like going on instinct and just like this is how it felt this one time. Let's just hope for the best.
And she's the leader of Noxus now, the nation of Noxus, isn't she? So because she
I think
killed
so.
her mum and she would be in the line anyway in blood-wise, so and they did sort of bow to her.
For
Yeah,
real,
and
for real.
she did have the mask,
She had the
Dima.
mask.
Yeah.
the mask.
Dima. So Mally's great. That's the conclusion of Arcane season 2. Then Mally's great. Done. And we're definitely going to see more of her in the future. I think that's like a given. Yes,
You know
yes,
who
Dom.
else was great?
Tell me.
Jayce, because he did nothing wrong.
Downplay the innocent with me.
Jayce did nothing wrong. He was right to shoot Victor because Victor went a bit crazy, and yeah, Jayce is great.
That's the thing. I don't think Victor went crazy. I
Like,
think it
he went pretty fucking crazy.
no. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. It wasn't craziness. Let's clear that up. It was he was so blinded by wanting the best, and as Jay says, like seeing, let's talk about Jayce and Victor, by the way, seeing imperfections as problems and things that needs to be solved and whatnot, that he got blinded by that belief, and he didn't recognize the path that he was on and how it would end. You know, I don't think it was craziness. It was more like I fully believe this is the right thing to do. Obviously, I am in a place where it makes me believe even more that this is the only way forward, because this way everyone can be perfect and everyone can be their best self, because we are all a hive mind basically. And only
Glorious evolution.
Yes, glorious evolution.
Glorious
Only
evolution. I turn you into robots without brain that I control remotely.
exactly.
That is not good. That is a bit fucking crazy.
Can I just jump in 1 second here? Like,
Yes.
how much of that is Jace causing and it is that fate though? Like, he may have been on the path, but he was nowhere near homicidal weirdo. Like before that, he was curing people. He was giving people paradise. Yes, he had some sort of hive mind going on, but I don't
But
think
they were still their own people.
that wasn't Victor's intention at the
No.
start. And he had to go into himself, into like a weird cocoon thing because Jay shot him. So really, if you want to like pull it on a 180, Jace caused this all for himself anyway.
Yeah, I see it that way as well. Yeah,
I saw it as it was inevitably always going to happen.
but
Because,
that's
like,
never implied.
And it is because there's some sort of weird time loopy stuff going on, with with Victor going back in time to give Jace his bracelet to give to
Mm,
stop form Hex Tech to
okay,
then
fine,
because yeah,
fine.
the only way that Victor sees the errors in his ways is when Jayce does this. If he doesn't, then Victor still does this, but then it still happens, except it just sort of goes straight there. Like, it takes longer to get there, but it still gets to that point where everyone is just his robot zombie dolls.
Mhm.
Yeah, but still, like, because I refuse. Like, he's not crazy, okay? He's like, he even says so. Like, he was so blinded by this belief and only realized it once it was done that he's now alone. Like,
He
he's
made
alone.
himself alone though.
He,
He
he
got
made
rid of
Yeah, he
himself
did.
alone.
Sky.
Yeah, because he was
The
blinded by
consequences
all
of his
this.
own actions.
Yeah, but he realized it, and that's how the whole Jace time loopy thing came to be. So it's not craziness. It's
think-
just
I think-
blinded by his own fate.
I think the version in the present Victor
Yes.
that came out of the cocoon, that guy was crazy until he became not crazy anymore. He was crazy.
Well, because he was
Yeah, when
consumed
he-
by the
yeah.
arcane. So by that point, basically. So yes, that was Victor gone and fully like, being in this whole like, this is the only way. I'm right.
One of my other issues in this, not even an issue, right? I know they needed bad guys, but weird robot mannequins, I don't feel it feels like it's so out of place as a bad guy in this series when everything's been fairly, I mean, we're talking about magic and shit, but fairly grounded in like in people before that. And I know they are people, but they're not people anymore. They
They're
look
not.
like robot mannequins.
I kind of loved that.
Okay.
I loved how like the progression from the start of season 1 to the end, where you have just like small little heist of kids stealing shit, and now you have like some gross abomination turning people into mannequins and plotting to like take over. That shit's fucking sick.
Did you
I
hear
I
that, Lily? He just called Victor a gross abomination.
I heard.
That fool better watch his mouth.
He better watch more than that.
his face split apart and there was like a fucking wolf face in there. That's pretty gross. Unless you say you want to fuck that too.
Loftfuls.
Okay, I'm not
callback.
That's Ian saying that he wants to. Like,
He wants to fuck the evolved version of Victor. I mean, he's got that third arm. You know what? He can do a whole lot with that.
Oh, that's so true. I didn't even think about that.
Really?
The only one now. You said that they were cool engine and you enjoyed the robots.
Yes,
And
yes.
Yes.
And then I also like how when we saw Jayce, how he went to the future after touching the hex gate thingy. I like just because we're still talking about Jayce and Victor. I like seeing Jayce sort of just like, I guess like adventure through the desolate area, and like my leg hurt when he fell down that cavern and his hammer smashed his leg.
Hmm.
That was
Like that.
just.
That was like.
No, it
Like,
was.
so
I felt it. I felt it.
Yeah, I noticed the brace on it last week, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened. Maybe it's just like some weird shit. But nope, he just had a really fucking heavy hammer go crush.
And he set it himself as well. That was lovely, wasn't it?
True. But then when he was walking and he saw all the different like mannequins just like popping up behind him, it reminded me of like it was just like, oh, that's creepy.
It
And
is creepy.
Is it the angels in Doctor Who that do that, Ian? You're the Doctor Who guy.
The Weeping Angels, yeah.
That one.
They're pretty creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
But we very sadly, I have to admit that we were not right about the beard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a licking by Heimer and
No.
Ekko. No.
I was a
It was
bit
just
sad
a-
about that.
It was just a hobo beard.
Whilst he broke his leg and didn't only had a hobo beard. We saw how he got his cool new hammer,
That's true.
which he
It's
got
true.
from himself.
Yeah.
From the future because Victor said, "Take this,"
Yes.
Yeah.
which is tiny.
I will put it here that I immediately knew that it was Victor under that hood. I was like, that my boy.
I thought it was either Victor or a really old Jayce.
Nah, it was.
It was either going to be himself or it's going to be Victor.
I saw those theories like, I'm betting that's Jayce, and I was like, no, that's a Victor stand. That's how Victor stands.
I didn't even guess. I'm not gonna lie. Just like, oh, that's a nice hooded figure there. It's fine.
But they always show you the hooded figure, Ian. That's why you got to guess who it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
No, but I just didn't guess. I was like, oh, there's a hooded figure there. It's fine.
So you were like, it's Victor when it was revealed.
I was like, oh, that's Victor. Cool.
That's cool.
You're boring.
I know.
I'm sorry. It is the hoodie. I'm telling you. Just
I
crazy.
would like to say that I don't think you'll agree with me here, Lily, but that was the hottest version of Victor under that hood.
That's very true. I felt a tingle, so it's true.
Okay.
He brought it up. I had to react. It's true.
You didn't have to be like, "Ooh, I felt a tingle."
I
You
did
didn't have
feel
to.
it. Look, he had long hair. He had a hood on. He looked great, and I was like,
But he was just a face.
I know, but it was a
The rest of his
beautiful
body
face.
wasn't there.
He
The rest
had
of the body was just like the cosmos.
he had sad boy stubble, you know?
Exactly. Instantly sexy. I'm like, yeah.
The snorts. When she gets to a point where she snorts, it gets me.
One eternity later.
No, it's fine. Acting. Professional.
But yes, Jayce and Victor, they were cool in that section. But also, like, why did he give him different runes? Because like when they were explaining like how he needed to get Jayce to this point in order to stop himself, gave him a different crystal, but each one was a different symbol. Did that mean anything, or was that just him giving random symbols?
I mean, those symbols were around since season 1, since they started to work in Hagtag. So I'm like, it's just connected like that. And they were the same symbols that were on the little pods that Jayce was pulling out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I understood it was them, but I was wondering like if like those were different timelines, because like maybe if like this timeline you're gonna do this with this one and this one. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it for me, it was like, so because they built Hextang and that whole, you know, they basically captured magic that should be wild and free and in runes and whatever. It was basically the moment where they set it all free again, because, you know, Hextag was destroyed with that. The anomaly was like gone with that. So for me, that meant that the runes just finally were set free as they should be in the world of Arcane. So yeah, Victor and Jayce, and they both went poof.
They
done.
did.
True.
So
They had a really heartfelt, touching moment where it was just two bros, just being really, really good bros, like really
They were
good bros.
besties.
Yeah, they were just really good. They were roommates, and then they poofed out of existence.
They were roommates.
Why are you...
No, wait! I'm not finished holding my sides!
That was good.
You don't get to sigh.
No, I said that was good.
No, you went.
And I went, that was good.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, I'm very sad that Victor is gone. I will say that.
Should we go with Tom's favorite theory? They may have just teleported somewhere, Lily.
True. They could have. Actually, well,
alternate universe maybe.
But, yeah, they could have actually done that. Like, I admit the Isha one, 100%. That was me just reaching because, like, yeah, she dead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, legitimately a chance for those who just be like in a different universe or different point in time, or different dimension. And then they come back and they're like a fused version of Victor and Jayce. And it's just...
I don't agree with that bit, but there's a possibility that they may have gone to a different universe. I don't think so, but like any sort of disappearing into a small dot, maybe.
The only thing that I would say is like Jayce's hammer did disintegrate, so maybe that was like a way of saying like he dead.
Yeah. You know, and I said this before, like, I think we got a bit of an overdose of like, this character is gone, but not really, because they are alive in another universe or something, you know.
True.
So I'm like, I need for it to have an impact, I need characters to stay dead, whether
except
that,
for
one. We'll get to
that. Whether that's mean or not, but still, I'm like, you know, that's how it should be, I guess. Unfortunately, we all die in the end. That's life. There's no immortal army unless you make a freaky robot hive mind army.
You just got it freaky.
It is freaky.
It is pretty fucking freaky.
It is freaky. But it looked cool. Anyway, that's Victor and Jayce's story done. Unfortunately, they're gone. Mostly unfortunately for Victor. Let's I had to say it.
I don't care about Jayce. I've never cared about Jayce. He's been a bit of a stuck-up little prick for most of this series.
Yeah.
The only point of Jayce I didn't like was when he in season 1 where he kind of went all like little bitch boy, and was like crying on Mel's lap. That was the only time I'm like, yeah, no, you're a dick. But then like him and Vi together are hilarious, and like I've been
That's
seeing
true.
memes of like when they're together, they share one brain cell. It's like, hey, would you feel your leg if like would it be painful if your leg got cut off? Yeah, where would you feel it? In your leg, but you don't got no leg. And like that's sort of like
You need to send that meme because I cannot explain
Yeah,
that any other way.
no, no. So please send it because I'm like, the fuck you are. Okay.
Bro, you know what I was thinking, bro? If your leg get cut off, would it hurt? Where you gonna feel the pain? In your leg? Exactly, bro.
Let's talk about the sisters. The sisters we all came to care and love, and especially Jinx for me. That's me.
Yeah. Do you
Jinx.
not want to talk about Caitlyn first because you don't like you don't
That's
care
true.
about Caitlyn. You're about
No.
to breeze way past her without even a thought, weren't you?
Yeah, kind of.
she had some cool moments.
She
She did.
did.
She did. I'm not gonna
Like
take that away from her.
Yeah, she's fully gone back to being a good guy instead of, being, new Hitler,
Hmm.
which she never got to in the first place, which Ian was very happy about
I
Yeah.
know.
because he likes Caitlyn.
I do like Caitlyn as a character. Caitlyn pretty cool. She had a pretty cool sniper rifle, energy blaster thing.
Mm.
Almost killed Ambessa if she hadn't got those stupid stone things that she
Yeah.
got off Timu Zangief.
Yeah, that's true. No, she was cool. She was fine. I still don't like, I said this, I think, in the previous episode or somewhere, that I wish they landed her character a bit better, I guess, for me. Like it's just she's cool, she's important, she's doing, good in the end, but I'm like, I don't know why I just don't really care about Caitlyn still. I'm like, she's there. She's, doing what she should, I
Doing
guess.
by. Boom chicka wow wow.
Right.
Bounce, bounce, wow. Wow.
DM, yes. But I like, when, especially knowing me, who cries on everything,
Mhm.
when she got stabbed, I was like, damn. And that's it. Like, not even tears.
Yeah, I was also just I thought she was dead there. I thought they were just
Yeah,
gonna do
me
like
too.
the whole hog and be like, bam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Ambessa didn't just twist the knife straight away.
Yeah.
She's a killer, like unless she was trying
Oh,
to execute her in front of everyone to show, like she did in the first series with a flashback with Mel. Maybe trying to kill one person so that everyone else falls in line.
I
But
I I saw that part of Ambassador. She was just waiting to execute them all at once, or execute all of the other Piltover guards first, and then kill Caitlyn. Be like, you caused this because you left me or whatever. Now you die. Like
no,
that sort
because
of like,
she told Maddie to do it, didn't she? And that's
Yeah.
why Maddie died.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Bitch.
because she's a fuck. How long do we think Maddie was on the Ambassador side?
As soon as
Uh,
Vi turned up.
No, I don't think so. I think it was at that moment where Ambassador announced that Caitlyn should be the new commander in charge. I think because that smile that she gives there and that the way she's like gets excited that she can get close to the boss lady and whatnot. I think it happened there, that she just became an ally.
I just assumed that once Vi woke up from her explosion nap, and started, and then Maddie got dismissed by Caitlyn while she had a private talk with Vi. I thought that was when it was because she was overhearing outside.
I think it happened before that.
And either way, she's dead.
She's
Good.
dead.
That
She's
it
gone.
was a satisfying death as well.
Oh,
No.
as well. Yeah. It was
Absolutely.
like,
From the first episode where everyone was going, "We must protect this girl," and now
Fuck this
fuck
bitch.
this bitch.
this bitch, die.
Yeah.
And now she's dead.
Bueno. Pillo. Bueno.
Well,
she's
she was a home wrecker and
Yeah.
a snake. So
True. She got what she deserved.
get in the bin.
But Caitlyn, to make sure that Ian was good at the end of the day, yes, Caitlyn was great. And Caitlyn did good. And
She did a decent attempt at fighting Ambessa. She
yes,
wasn't great.
yes,
But like anyone fighting Ambessa, even Jinx, would have lost to Ambessa. Like Mel was doing magic and shit, and they couldn't do it together. It was only by a little bit of smarts that Caitlyn had that taken her protection wounds off her, that Mel was able to outsmart her,
yeah,
calling the
And
Black
that
Rose
cost
people.
and that cost her an eye.
yeah.
And it did cost her an eye. And now she's got a cool eye patch because eye patches are cool.
They are cool. That's very true. They are very
Probably
cool
not good
indeed.
at aiming a rifle anymore, but eye patches are cool.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe she's gonna get like a magic eye or something when she's back. Because I think we can safely say that Caitlyn is also gonna be back at one point or another, or at least gets a mention or something. Like I don't think that she's like done story wise. But who knows? Again, who knows? We don't know. Not yet.
I think my only thing that I kind of was a bit iffy with Caitlyn is that I feel like her story, especially her thing with Jinx, kind of got pushed to the side a bit. Like she did go to see Jinx when she was in prison,
Yeah.
episode 8, but then it just sort of felt like that was supposed to be like the big moment for them, and then it just kind of like it didn't feel like any big change came of it. That was my only thing.
Well,
Like, but then to be fair, in the grand story, it didn't matter as much as it did in the first 3 episodes. So I think it was fine, but I just did was like maybe, but I don't know.
I mean, it didn't matter in the main story, yes, but
Yeah.
also it's like I think it was actually great how they did it because it's like what Jinx did will, no matter what she says, and she knows that she still killed her mom, and she says so as well. Like, I didn't know your mom was there, but not like it would have changed anything. She says so as well. So she knows, like, there's nothing to say here. She did an awful thing. People died because of it. One of them was her sister's girlfriend's mother. That was, so, there was not much to do there or get any redemptions because in this case, there's no way to give the Caitlyn Jinx thing a redemption because there isn't one, to be fair.
I do feel like that Jinx was like showing some regret. It's just that like she knew that she wouldn't have done and she wouldn't have done anything differently if she had that time over. She just there's no point in apologizing.
And no point to lie and saying like,
If
I would
I
have
knew
done
that your mum was
something
there.
different. Yeah. No, that's
No.
not Jinx. Like, and why would she care? Because in the first season, she saw Caitlyn as someone who takes Vi away from her. So probably it would have been a bigger thing for her. Like, oh, your mom is dead, then I will definitely do it.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. So mean. So yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree.
Okay.
I gotta
No,
say.
no, just talking about that. That makes more sense.
Can we talk about the sisters now?
Yeah, let's talk about the sisters now. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Vi and Jinx, our girls who, in the middle of this madness. Poor girls. I want to talk about Jinx first because
Shocker.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
she's my baby, and I'm so glad that we got that alternate universe scene with her, where she's like, yes, she lost Vi and all that, but she's at least, happy, which can be said about her in this universe that we witnessed, unfortunately, and it was a really good version, and we got the Ekko and Jinx love, which I was waiting for a long time.
That was so sweet.
It was very sweet.
The whole thing and the whole powder storyline in that and everything in that episode was just great, to be honest.
It was.
Just seeing all Benzo and Silco and the kids, Milo,
My bestie,
I
it's
forgot the other guy's name, but
Yuri.
yeah.
Yuri. Yes, my bestie was back to voice Milo. It's Yuri Lowenthal. If you don't know him, know him. He's Spider-Man. He's Peter Parker. He's done a lot of other things as well, but he's Peter Parker, and he's my bestie, and he's great. We love you, Yuri. I was so glad when I heard him. I was like, bestie. For a very short, tiny role, but it's always sweet. It's always sweet to hear his voice. So yes, everything in that universe was like just so beautiful. Like they achieved the peace that they've been longing for, and it just felt so nice, even though how sad it is that in that universe it's Vi who didn't make it and who could never witness what happened, and then in, let's call it, our universe that we're witnessing, it's it's Jinx who can't live with the peace that they achieved, basically, because she needs to go away, and she needs to let go of the people that are left in her life, which is basically Vi and Ekko at this point, and that's it. Ekko's, I'm not even sure, because they just teamed up for the last fight, basically. So I'm like, so sad that it doesn't seem like that these two sisters can be together and also be happy at the same time. It's just
They were happy for one episode back in season 1, half episode this season, and that's it. That's all they get.
That's it.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
A little bit in this episode as well.
Yeah, like
team up
5
time.
seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds. Let's beat up our possessed dad, who's also a wolf man now.
Yeah, I mean, that's true as well. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. Well made.
Like,
yeah.
It was maybe they were friends for like 1 second. They had a 1 second happy time.
Very
Sometimes that's all you need. Let's move past that.
That's what she said.
No, that's not what she said.
Right, that's what he said.
There you go. That's more like it. Yeah, but Jinx, everything about Jinx was beautifully done. I like that that she is the representation of, like, she just basically all her life just wanted to belong and wanted to be happy and to be understood and accepted for who she is, and she never really got that. But I am glad that instead of the sad ending we could have gotten with her, where she just takes her own life, and let's go with everything that way, because that's how literally she takes the whole you need to leave behind everything in order to move and thing. I'm glad that she gets to start over, because yes, I was first upset that they killed my girl, but then Ian pointed out that no, she's not dead.
There ain't no way that Jinx is dead.
Nah.
There ain't no
Here's
way.
the thing.
Yes.
Someone posted some screenshots of the explosion, and you can see a pink line dart out of it.
Oh.
Like if you go frame by frame, you can see a pink line dart out.
There you go.
Like you end everything. I mean, you end everything with the not seeing a body, which again, explosion, so probably wouldn't see a body. But then Caitlyn looking through some plans for the Hex gate and looking for like escape routes, and then her smiling afterwards. And it's just like, yeah, we know that she got away, but let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Vi doesn't need to know, doesn't need the hope until we find her or she turns up. Let's just leave it. We're all happy.
Just like, on the Caitlyn thing, I think she was adding her entry to like the Kierman family thingamajiggy. Like her mother had like the gas one, and then this is her doing the war thing, which is why she had all the blueprints. She probably took them from like Jayce or some shit, like his lab or some whatever. That's what
Yeah, but she was studying it and she saw some
exits.
Yeah,
and then when she smirked and she was looking at the monkey head, and then went to the blimp, and then like at the
the very end, which was Jinx scrawled the end, like there ain't no way that girl is dead. There ain't no way.
I will go with that, because I wouldn't accept it either. Like, no way you
she's
killed
not
her.
dead unless proven otherwise.
Exactly.
There you go. You can hold on to that.
Exactly. And in my mind, we have a happy Jinx in another universe. In either way, my girl is okay.
I love what she said to Vi as she was falling, which was like she'll never be apart with her, no matter where she is. Um, so they're always going to be sisters, and that's the at the end of the day, they finished their story as being loving sisters,
Yeah,
and that's what you want really for those two.
and not enemies, but
Yeah.
sisters, which is great. I like that. It touched my heart, so I cried. Of course, I did. I was like,
Not surprising.
do you want to talk about Jinx? Anyone else, or should we talk about why now?
One more thing on
Yes,
Jinx.
yes,
I love the way that in episode 7, Ekko says, "You know how to make the girl knows how to make an entrance."
entry. Yeah,
And then in the final battle, she made an entrance.
Sick.
It was a sick entrance, wasn't it? Color fireworks.
and we have to say, because both me and Thomas are big Stray Kids fans, that was the
Oh,
Stray
yeah.
Kids songs.
That was fucking. I love that so much.
When it started, I was like, yeah, my boys
like
are here.
yeah, I heard it. I'm like, oh, so this is yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll talk about it more when we talk about Ekko because he was sort of
Yes.
like the big MVP of that. But that was
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And I was so happy that's where they used the Stray Kids song because it fits so. I'm like, oh my god.
I was
Love it so
kind of,
much.
but just based on the song because they released the song early, and I listened to it a lot. Admittedly, I was pretty sure that it's going to be Jinx's song. I was pretty sure. I was like, this feels like a Jinx moment, and it was so
Jinx
beautiful.
and Ekko moment.
Very true. Very true. That's very true. Any more on Jinx?
No, I've got you covered most of the Jinx stuff.
Yeah, because I love Jinx. Let's talk about why.
I liked again how throughout the entire series, Vi at her core has remained unchanged. Like even like all of her actions, she's just driven from like family, essentially. Fast and Furious.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And even like when she kept giving Jinx second chance after second chance, and like when she let her out of the cell, and then Jinx like, you don't have to worry, you deserve to be happy. Then that's like when she questioned herself, and how she always chooses wrong. And I like how she remained so consistent throughout. And then she had some cool ass fucking fight scenes with her big gloves, beating up Shimmer dudes. She wasn't really much the focus of these episodes as well.
No, because I think it's pretty safe to say that no matter what they're gonna do, and I did rewatch the announcement video that they made about season 2 being the last season, and they do say that they are hoping to release more news regarding Arcane by the end of the year. So hopefully, even though season 2 ended and their story ended, we're gonna get some news on like what's to come. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of the news is gonna be like, I don't know, like why is gonna return, because I don't think her story is done and that's it. Because even in the way they talk with Caitlyn at the end, it just implies that there is more here, and I think whatever she's gonna be in, she's gonna get a bit bigger focus as well, because I'm not saying she didn't get like a focus here or she wasn't like a main character, because that's also not true, but like we're gonna get a Vi without Jinx basically.
Yeah, in the pecking order of like relevance, like she was towards the bottom of the main characters, like still main character, but like she didn't get the best focus. So I would agree that if she comes back in another series, it'd be like her and Caitlyn. It would be like she'd probably grow more, because it's like, okay, how does she go forward without her family essentially?
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say or assume that we're gonna see her more in the future.
Yeah.
Whatever they're planning to do. Yes, Ian.
Ian.
I can see your face being like, I don't know about that, guys.
I don't know about that, guys. You know, I just don't know.
I don't know.
It felt like they left. I don't think the next series involves Piltover.
I don't think that either.
Eyes. But so like they're gonna have to do some gymnastics storytelling if they're gonna bring in Caitlyn and Vi and Ekko
Honeymoon.
into another series, they're going to have to do some traveling. Which I'm not saying that can't happen. It's just
But they specifically say that there's not gonna be just one new series. So
not fair.
who knows?
It's Caitlyn Vi's honeymoon with the third wheel time traveling son. That's how they go everywhere.
The Z drive's gone, man.
Well, he makes another one. Why not?
I don't
I don't know how
know.
it works.
Yeah, right.
No?
Let's
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
no.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So yeah, I don't think Y is like done for, like story wise. Nor is Jinx. To be
Definitely
fair.
not Jinx.
I mean, again, just like I said it with Elizabeth Olsen and the Scarlet Witch, when they have a character like this, and they clearly like did a like, she dead, not really kind of deal. Come on. If you look at Comic Cons, you're gonna see a lot of Y. Sure, yes, but you know
Jinx.
who you're gonna see more of? Jinx, because everyone is obsessed with that girl, rightfully so. So I don't think they're just gonna be like, yeah, Jinx gone, never again.
That ending shot of the airship going into the distance didn't make sense if they weren't implying that somebody is alive that we don't know.
Yeah, especially because in season 1 she says that one day she's gonna travel on one of those things.
Full circle.
Let's talk about Ekko, because I'm gonna be real here. He is the real hero of this entire thing.
He was the
MVP.
I'm just gonna put it out there. He's the fucking MVP of the entire series. Like, you know, he truly is the boy savior. Because let's be fair, see, my English is gone as well during the night. So like, don't be surprised at this point. He went into another universe where he got everything he ever wished for, meaning it was peaceful. He had his father figure there. He had his friends there. He had the girl he always had a crush on, because that's facts. He got to kiss her. There could have been a future there. Like, everything was there. But still, Ekko chose to build the machine that's going to save his friends in his own universe. And he did everything to get back, even though he could have had the perfect life, the life that he was dreaming about, let's be fair, because he is, you know, fighting for the same thing where he lives. And he goes back, he fucking saves the day, not just once, but twice, because he not only saves Jayce and Victor as well, let's be fair, but before that, he saves Jinx from killing herself.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
True.
So I'm like, and then, to be honest with everyone out there, I think he got the saddest ending in the end, because the way they just took this boy and he's sitting there all alone, just watching over everything.
The same rooftop.
And the same rooftop where he was sitting with Jinx. Oh, sorry, Powder beforehand in the other universe. It was so fucking heartbreaking to watch, because he saved everyone, and now he's alone.
I'm not crying. It's just been raining.
And he lost his second mentor as well in
Yeah.
Heimerdinger.
Oh, that was so sad.
Heimerdinger sacrifices himself to get Ekko back home.
Yeah.
So he's lost Benzo, he's lost his girl of his dreams, he's lost the life of his dreams, he's lost his second mentor, and he still saves the whole of the town, probably the world. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Probably world. He's got a sick hoverboard.
And the best hair
Like,
ever.
But now that we're on Ekko,
Yes.
that fight where like when Jinx comes in to save the day, and then Ekko and all the other, is it firelights? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they all just kind of like go out of the blue and just like start wrecking shit. That was fucking awesome. Like, it also, even just animation wise, I think it was one of the best things they've done. Also, like after they had crashed in and like they showed Ekko like, oh, is Ekko dead? But then he's like, he's not dead. And then he sees the swords, and then that whole thing with him and Jayce and Victor, where he's like going after them, but then he goes back in time every time he fails, and it's like the bouncing back and forth. That was sick.
And he even changed the timer as well to go back more, even though he knew that it could end up really badly for himself as well. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. So, you know,
I thought as soon as he mentioned the 4 seconds, I'm like, okay, you're going to go further than 4 seconds, aren't you?
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty clear. But yeah, I think we can't even argue that he's the real hero here. He saved everyone's ass in this story. So I'm like, yeah, celebrate Ekko all the way through, because without him,
Everyone
Come.
dies.
Everyone dead.
and he's like, you know, I like how they did it as well, like how they built up his story, because all the way through he feels like one of those characters that is there and has some importance, but not that much that you can be like, okay, I'm rooting for this guy, I guess, or something, because he's just always there. He's always like just trying to do good, which is always great. But I don't think any of us thought that he's gonna become this important by the end of the season, where he literally saves the entire world.
I thought his big moment was in season 1 with the bridge fight against Jinx, and I thought after that, okay, you're done. But
Yeah.
prove me wrong.
Boy genius as well.
Boy savior, boy genius,
Mm.
the real MVP of the show.
But the day don't have no memory.
Anything else we want to mention before we go to the rating section?
I have
Yes.
one thing.
Yes.
Vander or Warwick, after Victor and Jayce go disappear and like all the mannequins fall down, how come Vander was still able to kick?
Yes, I was thinking about
Like-
that too.
Was it because like the beast side was still there? But then that doesn't make sense because all the other mannequins lost all their emotion. So why would, unless it's just
I have a theory, because at the end we see that the doctor's daughter is alive and
Yes.
well. So what he was working for is now done, and I think he made some kind of deal with Victor. And since Vandal is the only one who's like has this beast blood and toxin and whatever, I think that's what awakened him, because it's basically the biggest part of him, and that's why he was able to come back, because of that thing in his blood. And I think the daughter is alive is an implication for that.
Looking weird, that daughter. Looks weird. I mean, she's been
She-
been pretty much dead for ages, like, but she looks weird.
No, she looked like the robot.
True.
because she did become a robot?
Mm.
But then,
She had the same design.
I
but
think
then
she was
if
just a
it-
bit pale. Just a bit pale.
Nah, she was robot.
No, look it back. Look it back.
She was robot.
Yeah.
But like, if she's robot now, does she remember her past from when before she died, or is it now like amnesia kid, and she has to relearn everything because she's lost everything?
That's the question. I
'Cause how
think
can she
that's
function when Victor's not there?
well, I think that's the thing. Like, that's why Wendell was so important, but it also needed Victor to work.
Mm.
Victor was the secret ingredient to it all.
He was the secret sauce.
And I think that girl is going to become either a lead for a new series or something, or just part of something new that they're going to create.
I don't want any sort of leading person to come from that singed family. They suck. They suck a lot.
I hate to break to you, but I think Lily's right. I think the robot girl from the Singed family is probably going to play a big part in a
Yeah,
subsequent series.
Yeah.
Maybe a villain. Who knows?
we don't know. We don't know yet. Or
Maybe she gets crushed.
maybe, because I have another theory regarding her, maybe a part of Victor is still in her.
Okay. I don't think so.
But maybe.
I think
Just saying, because she looked way too much like the robots, even though she had hair and eyes and whatnot, but the design and everything was like, what's going on here?
I would disagree with that because I think when Victor and Jayce sort of teleported away,
Flip it out.
at that point, Victor no longer was controlling them all.
Mhm.
Like, because like he broke out from in the Mind Palace scene.
Mm.
He no longer had that weird split face gross looking thing. It was just Victor.
Yeah.
And so I think at that point he disconnected from everything and maybe took all the parts of him out of the people. And then when he disappeared, that was like the end. I
Mm.
think like again, I do there's a chance they could come back because they quite literally just sort of like poofed.
Mm.
But I don't think he'd be inside a little robot girl at all.
Yeah,
Fair.
you call the police for that.
Come again for Big Fudge?
There's a good one. There's a good one.
Feel uncomfortable. Feel uncomfortable with what I just said.
Ian, do
We're
you
good
want to
first
say
time.
anything else?
Savika. I mean,
Oh, true.
I just wanted to mention Savika because like Savika's been there since day one,
Mm.
and now she's sort of part of the council in
Yes.
Piltover, and I
Yes.
think if there's a legacy to what Jinx did, then they've got a Zorn person on the council in Piltover, so
Yes.
they have some sort of say in what's going on. And I think that's a really good thing. Yeah, she's getting a few odd looks because like she's been a criminal for most of her life, but she's a well-respected leader of Zorn, and now she has a say on the council, and I thought that was pretty nice as a legacy.
I was very happy to see that as well. I was like, yeah, this is how you do it. And they finally achieved it because this is what they tried to do at the end of season one. The only other thing I will mention is that how beautiful it was that season one ends with, again, I will never stop loving this song, What Could Have Been by Sting and Rachel. And the entire episode 7 is What Could Have Been.
My last one thing because I forgot. The random guard that helped Vi out at the start of episode 5 showed up again. What was his name again? Like the big dude?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shield Bro.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, Shield
He's
Bro.
back.
But then like he did die, but it was nice to see him actually come back and do something
Yeah,
instead of just being a Shield Bro.
yeah. But he's
Yeah,
back.
he
He was
became
back.
heavy artillery, bro.
Mhm.
And then became arrow in the neck, bro. The fish guy still didn't speak a word.
That's fine.
He might be
Magic
mute, but I like the fish guy. He looked cool. I was rooting for him to survive, to be fair. It's like, don't kill the fish guy. Just don't do that. And they didn't. So I'm grateful with it then. But the guy that they kept focusing on from the end of episode 8 throughout episode 9.
Oh, the piano guy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think he's also someone who might become important later on. See, I'm saying this without once again ever playing League of Legends, so I don't know if he meant to mean something or he's like it is implied that he's someone that is important, but I feel like that it wasn't just to show him a lot, just like some kind of like, yes, the ordinary people who fight in this too. I think he's going to become a more permanent character in whatever comes next.
See, I saw it as just like the common folk taking
That's
up
also
arms.
possible. That's
But
also
like again, I've also never played League of Legends, so fuck if I know if he's gonna be if
I
he's
don't
something
know.
important.
Yeah.
But yeah, from my perspective of just watching it once, yeah, I would think it was just to emphasize like even like an artist, a father, whatever, they're now fighting this. They're coming
Yeah.
together.
maybe, but it would be nice if it would lead to something bigger for him because he was there from the beginning fighting, even though I don't think he was a soldier or anything, but he was there till the end. So yeah, let's go and rate these last three episodes. Ian, how would you rate this episode? Please be more serious. Thank you.
I would rate these 3 episodes a number 9, please, because I gave last 3 episodes 10 Act 2, and it didn't hit those heights for me. Still really, really, really enjoyable. It stuck landing. It didn't not stick the landing. I just wanted a little bit more time with some of the characters. But yeah, I enjoyed everything that they did in those episodes. I liked the way that they ended uh, Jinx's story, which isn't ended because she's not dead. And I liked the way that Piltover and Zorn came together in the end for a common enemy, which is what Silco and Vanda wanted in the very start. So yeah, loved this series. Loved season one. Loved season two. Yeah, it's just these last three episodes didn't hit the heights of the previous three episodes, but you couldn't really ask for that. It was such a high.
I was also sitting on 9 for a while, like for 7 and 8,
Mm.
but this is complete bias. When the Stray Kids music hit and they did that massive fight and it was flying through and then everything to do with Ekko and that final like time jumpy back and forth thing, that's 10. That it's biased because it was the rule of cool. I liked it a lot. And then I also liked, yeah, overall I enjoyed everything. I couldn't
Mm.
really pick out anything major to critique it, so yeah, it would have been a 9, but then yeah, everything to do with Ekko in episode 9 was just pushed it to 10.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. My boy, I really like Ekko, and I'm glad that he stepped up so much that he became the MVP of the entire series, basically. So because of him, I would have given it a 9 as well, just because those 3 episodes in the middle were so good. But yeah, it's a 10. It's a 10. Thanks to Ekko, and thanks to, how Jinx is not dead, and how they decided to close down this chapter of Arcane. And I will be very, very, very interested and intrigued to see what may come next. And I'm really hoping that they could be sharing something about that, as they said in that video as well, by the end of this year. That would be nice to see, like, what are the plans? But I guess that, now that we came to the end of season 2, they might do it in the next couple of weeks, to reveal. There was talk of a movie as well, which is intriguing. If I would have to make a very educated guess, aka a person who watches way too many things, I'm guessing that maybe what we get in a movie is the conclusion of some of the characters that stories remained open in here. So like maybe Mel, or maybe Mel is too big and she's gonna get more like her own series. Maybe Ekko's story is gonna come to an end in a movie. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. We'll see. We'll see.
I feel like this does better as sort of like not a series focused on one character. I think if they do a movie, it has to be another sort of like ensemble sort of deal. I don't think
It's probably gonna be, yeah. But whatever comes, I think we're gonna be watching, and we will probably talk about it as well. Anyway, now that these two were totally crazy throughout the entire thing,
we're just vibing.
It's time for us to say goodbye. It's a sad day. We're gonna be back, not this year, about the beginning of January when Skeleton Crew ends, and we're gonna talk about it in a one-off. We already discussed this. Look, we're tired. That's the thing. We're tired. Otherwise, we would be doing it weekly. But I think we got to the point by the end of 2024 where we decided that, you know what, a one-off is enough for now. Anyway, we're gonna be back. That's the main thing. So that's, just look out for the signs. Look out for things. Yeah, and this was us talking about Arcane season 2. Subscribe. Watch out for new things that's gonna drop on CouchSoup hopefully soon. And if you're a reader, as you should be, then you can head to couchsoup.com and read our articles, and you can become a member there, and you can belong to this fantastic, lovely community and be with weirdos like the 3 of us, because we're fun to be around. So yeah, sometimes this was Thomas, Ian,
Hello,
and me, Lily K. And now we're saying goodbye. Bye. Tom, you should do it too. Bye. 3 episodes.
You're a pet.
Also, I don't have arms. Look, it's so funny. Look, I don't have arms.
Oh no, how can you steal men now?
I don't want to put my arms back on, so I'm just gonna be. Wait, hold on. I have Stitch on as well. Let's rate these 3
ADHD
episodes,
the
okay?
podcast.
Damn it! We talked over it as well.
Ian, how would
Rating
you
the
rate
episodes
these
now.
3 episodes?
Talking over each other.
Alright. Walk it back, run it back. Start again. Start again. From the
I
top.
spit on my microphone.
From
Ian,
the
how
top
would
to
you
each.
how would you rate this? It's too no.
The fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
I have Jinx hair now.
No, you don't.
No.
That's nowhere near Jinx hair.